And to be here, sharing the journey. And at the same time, now we are doing these lives. And at the same time, we're going to share our three takeaways, which are very important. So let me call on Miracel, please.
Oh, guys!
Yes!
You first. You first.
Guys!
Yes, please.
Okay. So, just to let everyone know that we have read a certain chapter in a book, which is entitled, what's the title of the book again?
The first steps to wealth.
Trying it to millions.
The first step to wealth. And then chapter 1 is entitled Journey to Millions. So I've quickly read the book, and on chapter 1 it says that one of the main topics in there is saying no excuses. So it's highlighted in there that excuses will keep you broke for the rest of your life. Now, sometimes when we are presented with a really nice opportunity, like a business opportunity or whatever opportunity in life, we sometimes, turn our back away straight away, saying that I don't have time for that. And, I have kids to sort out. I have my job already. I don't need any other stream of income or anything like that. So, we have a lot of excuses, but sometimes all we have to do is just to look into it first and see if we could actually do it. It might be something that we can actually do, that we could do alongside what we are already doing at the moment. So, you'll never know until you look into it. So, yeah, diba? What if it actually works, or what if, you succeed on that one? What if it actually works way bigger than what you have imagined, diba? So, we have plenty of excuses in life, but I think before you say no to something, look into
opportunity.
Yeah. Analyze if it's a real no, or it might be something that's for you. So, hindi mo malaman hanggat hindi mo nasubukan, diba? So my second takeaway is it says there, no opinions and suggestions. So in life, when we venture into something, when we get into something, there would be a lot of people saying that, oh no, it's not real, or it's a scam, or, that business venture will just take your money away from you and you're never going to get it back. But bear in mind that insecure people always have, an incredible opinion on things. They're so insecure that they just blurt out their frustrations on you. They are so envious of other people's success, of other people taking action, because they themselves cannot do it. So just ignore those, opinions that you hear from other people when you wanted to start something. It can be a new job, it can be a new business venture, it doesn't matter. Just ignore. It's your life, it's your success. Leave them be. Let them sink there and you go up. Diba? Tama?
Agree.
That is correct, Miracel. Yes.
Yeah, let's drink to that.
Next, or
Yeah.
Ang dami mong take away, ha, in fairness.
another one, or is that enough? That's enough?
No, go
We are
ahead.
going to hear from
Here's
more.
another one.
Oh, another one. Get training, right? You have to equip yourself with the skills and the knowledge in order for you to reach success. It says there on the book that, some people are presented with this golden opportunity right in front of them, but they don't grab that opportunity. They wait for the proper, the sun, the moon, and the stars to align for them. Yun yung sabi sa book. But it explained in doon that it's never going to fall on your lap. You have to do something about it. It's the decision to take action. The opportunity is there, grab it. It's not always going to be there. So, minsan may mga circumstances tayo na andyan yung opportunity, but I don't have the money to start something. I don't have the time to start something. Kailan pa yun? You have to do something about your situation, otherwise you'll always be in that bad situation in your life. Take action.
Yes, that's correct.
Agree.
Wow, that's really, really good. Oh my God. I like the emotion and the energy, Maricel. It's it's really good. I'm really convinced about it, to be honest. But you know what? To be fair with you, Miracel, I'm dying to hear from Thea.
Oh.
I thought it's Coach Glenda, the next one.
I'll be after Thea. Okay, I don't want to be last anymore. I was last time, and I was blubbering like.
So just hi guys, hi everyone. So just adding to Miracel's, share. The takeaway that I got as well from reading the book. Thank you, by the way, Wendell, for recommending the book. I really enjoyed reading it, especially the what
First
the
chapter.
review, about the book, and I'm really planning to finish it off because it's really how the author has humble beginnings, and then to get through it, in this time, nothing is impossible, so my takeaway, the first one would be, it doesn't matter where you came from. The author of this book, that she shared, was that she came from a family that is, the mom and the dad, they used drugs. They were so poor, but then she really has changed her life. And no matter where you are, it doesn't matter what your background is. You just have to make a choice of, making a decision to change your life. So that's really the biggest takeaway for me in reading the book. And the next one was that I actually I made this one just to share with you. So I put it in my vision board because I was really
Show it closer, please.
there. So it's me in the middle. So I have in there, to have wealth in your life, you really have to have a balance in everything. So I have in there. So that's me in the middle. So I've got. So that's why I'm aiming to have that spiritual wealth. I have to have a physical. I need to be physically wealthy, personally wealthy, and financially wealthy. And that's one of my takeaways as well in reading the book, because you have to have a balance in every aspect in your life to really say that you're really happy. So it's gonna be going to my vision board to remind me of that. And I think my last takeaway would be, with regards to what Miracel said about training. The takeaway that I had, just to add with that, is to follow directions. Just for example, the training that we're doing, you have to follow, everything what's being in there, so that you'll be able to reach whatever you wanted to attain in life. So I think that's the three takeaways I had. I was supposed to be saying Miracel's share, but I just remembered I've done. So thank you so much, Wendell, for sharing the book.
You're welcome, Thea. I do hope that it may it's going to have an impact in your life when you totally, read the whole book. Now let's call on Coach Glenda. I'm so sure you have.
Oh, talaga. Yes. So I did not count my takeaway. You know, just let's just pretend it's one big takeaway. So you can take away whatever is my takeaway. So how I was the book made, impact on the way she looks at wealth, because wealth is quite a very big or a very powerful word, even, and it means, and it has so many meanings to different kind of people. She said there that for some it could mean, like a lot of money in the bank. It could mean like you being surrounded by friends and family who love you, or it could be, a blessings of healthy and beautiful kids, or as simple as having food on your table, or a comfy bed, at night, or during this time of pandemic, health. Health is wealth. For some people, that's their, wealth, health. But for most of us, including me, the way we look at wealth is more about, having enough money so we can do whatever we want to do and not to worry about, paying bills. So I am, one of that person. But um, however, whatever wealth you want or you want to get, it requires these four things, she mentioned. And that is time, it requires your energy, it requires your effort, and it requires your money, for it to be, to become, a reality. And you have to invest, and investing on something, either you are investing on yourself, just like Maricel said, trainings. Like us, we are nurses, and then we ventured into this new whole world of online, entrepreneurship, which we know nothing about. We have to invest into it. Either we buy some reading materials just to keep us, abreast to what is the latest trends about online, marketing, or book for a seminar, or training. That is the kind of investment, we need to do. Or even if you invest for your friends or family, or you are investing on your business, you need these four things for it to be a success. Again, it's time, effort, energy, and money. Now, last time we were supposed to introduce ourselves, and I feel like I have shortchanged, everyone with my introduction. And I want to say really sorry for joining them, late, because we were on the road. We were on our way home from a short break, and when they went live, we were still on the road. And I have two little kids, so when we arrive home, I have to settle them, and all that. And then that's only. By the time I joined them, I missed these three ladies, their introduction and all. So I only caught Maricel, introducing herself, and I was like, "What? She has a long introduction." And I was, because when I asked Leah what will be our topic, she said we will just introduce herself. Like, all right. It will only take me like 30 seconds to 1 minute to introduce myself. So I panicked. That's when I started blubbering. Just to make the introduction, longer. So in other words, I was not prepared. But today, I will probably, hopefully, I can share, more, about, who I am. Aside from being, hi, I'm Glenda, I'm a mother, I'm a wife, I am an operating room nurse. So, okay. So I don't really have personally experience about business. May it be brick and mortar business or this online business. But I do have one, and I will tell you, later. So my very first real job was when we graduated in college with, Thea. We have to take back home in the Philippines. It's a 4-year, nursing is a 4-year course, degree course, and we have to take a licensure exam. It's a national licensure exam, and we have to pass the exam before we can actually practice, nursing. So we took that exam, and it takes 3 to 4 months for the result to be released. So while I was waiting for the result, I was hired by my school in high school where I graduated to teach physics. So yeah, so that was my first real job. I taught physics to fourth year high school students. But I only did that for one semester because after a few months, the result came out and I decided that's it. I don't want to be distracted anymore of other things to do. I want to practice nursing now and I want to do it now. So I practiced nursing and that's where my nursing career started, and I've always worked in theaters. And for in relation to business, this actually happened just 4 years ago, and again, Thea can relate because this I was influenced by my friend, who that time was selling an insurance policy. So I was actually her client. She was selling it to me. Well, she sold it to me because I bought the policy. In fact, I also bought one for my husband. And until now, we were still we're still covered, by the policy. I don't know, how do you word that? Subscribe to the policy? Is that the right term?
Covered by the policy.
We're still covered by the same company until now, both me and my
You're
husband.
insured.
You were insured, yes.
Yeah.
And so I don't know how it happened. It just happened so quick. My friend was that good in business that I didn't even realize that the next thing I knew, I turned from being her client to be a seller now of the insurance. She convinced me, come on, why wouldn't you sell the policy as well, to your friends. And in fairness to her, one of the reasons why I was convinced was because I was happy, with the coverage of the policy, coverage, and I believe in the company. So I did that. I went through a training, which, I finished with flying colors with her help. And I did that for a month. And in fairness, the compensation was good. And the only downside about it is that it's not an online business. So you know what I mean? So you don't own your time. So you have to be available when your clients are available. So if they are only available to talk to you on weekends, on Saturday, then I have to be available on weekends, Saturday. And if they want to see me in their house, then I have to go to their house and have to drag along, my kids. And I did it for a month. I quite enjoyed it, in fairness. But after that, I come to realize that this is not something that I want actually. For one, I'm not the kind of person, who feels comfortable going to other people's houses. And secondly, it's almost like working in the hospital, like it's like you are working, for someone. So I ended that. I only did that for 1 month, but in fairness, the fee was good. So it was actually that experience that awakened the entrepreneur, in me. So next is with a brick and mortar, business. It's not actually quite foreign to me because I was born to parents of both, business people. My dad was into, he had a rice mill, and he was a local supplier of rice in our, area. And he was also buying and selling copra. Do you know what is copra? It's the coconut. Thea, help me here. Copra. Coconut. Whenever that
make oils. Yeah.
Yes. So it's quite, very, very very good, business. The price goes up with the dollar, the dollar exchange, and currency exchange to peso, and it also, it goes up and down according to the gasoline price. Yeah, so that was my dad's, business. And my mom, she used to have a store. It's quite a big store because she was selling in wholesale. So this is the kind of environment I grew up with, what I was born with. And looking back, how it was, it seems like they actually did very well. We were not rich, but I could say that we were comfortable because my parents were both, busy with their, businesses. I grew up with a yaya. I have an older sister who's just 3 years older than me. She has her own yaya. And we have someone to cook for us, in the house, to clean our house, do our laundry and all that. And in my mom's, store, she has sales ladies, boys, and all that. And on my dad's business, he had laborers and all that. So this is the kind of environment that I grew up with. And back home in the Philippines, if you have cars, if you have this and cars, you have 2 or 3 cars, you already made it. So thinking about it, in fairness, we did very well. However, according to what is her name, Danny Johnson, with wealth or with business, you need these 4 things: time, energy, effort, and money. You have to invest, into this, 4 things. And once the investment is not enough, may it be your time, may it be your energy, may it be your effort or the money, your business is going to suffer. So, just like, well, not everyone, because maybe some of the business people, they were really successful through and through, all throughout. But with my parents, of course, they grow old, they become old. And my dad got distracted with politics and all that. This all suffered and we lost it all. I mean, but I had the experience, because as early as let's say 10, 9, the moment I know the numbers, I can recognize the money. I was helping in the store already, because I am the youngest in the family, and we have a really huge age gap between me and my other siblings. Me and my sister, we have 3 years, but between my sister and my older brother, they have 12. So by that time, when we were growing up, most of my brothers left home already. So it was only me and my sister who was there, and my older brother. So whenever someone has to relieve my mom from the store, I would be always the first prospect to do it. So I would be there, cashier. I would be signing deliveries, like the cigarettes. It is quite a big investment. So I would receive this delivery, I will sign it. 10 years old, signing the cigarette, and I have to pay them like a lot of money for that. With my dad as well, because he was again buying and selling copras, so I have to be there if I have to relieve my dad. So I know how it works as well. We have this big weighing scale, so the laborers will pile up all this copras, and I have to do it myself. I have to weigh it myself, because we are paying the weight per kilo. I mean, per kilo has, let's say, like 100 per kilo. So if I assign someone to do that and just tell me, if only weighed 800, and they'll tell me 1,000. So there, my parents lost already 200 kilos. And what if per kilo is let's say 50 pesos? That's a lot of money. So I have to do it as early as 10 years old. I was doing all this stuff. So brick and mortar business is really not new to me. So because of that experience, and with what we're doing now as online business, I could say that, oh my God, online business is just totally totally heaven sent. You see, we don't have unlike my parents, that they have to work 7 days a week, and they have to invest a lot of time to their business. We are very flexible, and money wise, we don't even I mean, this is a cheap business to run an online business. I don't think we invested too much compared to a brick and mortar business. And we don't pay people who works for us. Just like, again, a brick and mortar business will have people there to help you. So again, if you will ask me at this time, what is wealth? For me, wealth is to achieve financial freedom without sacrificing your time with your family. And also, it is not just about growing your business and getting all the money. I said this before, it is about having the purpose. It is about having the purpose of adding value to other people's lives, helping someone, especially in our community, who wants to achieve their goals. And with that is a real wealth for me. My God, did I talk too long again? Is that okay? I did not count, so it's up to you. So that is my takeaway. I don't know if that was 2, 3, 4, or 5. Just take away whatever you want to take away from it. Sorry, was it long?
It's
That's
okay.
all,
Thank you very
Wendell.
much for that. Yeah, I know everyone could relate because we have different stories to tell, and it's nice to hear stories from different people on how have they managed to change their lives. And now let me call on Leia, please.
Yeah, it's my turn. I don't know, I can follow Coach Glenda. But anyway, as what everyone has mentioned, we've been asked, not really asked, we've been asked to reflect on one chapter of the book entitled First Step to Wealth. And the first chapters is Journey to Millions. So the book actually is about the life story of Danny Johnson, and then about her struggles and how to get out of that rough situation from the beginning. And the takeaway that I have learned is quite a lot, but I will mention only three. Um, um, what you call this? The first one is if you want to have a change, um, and there's some opportunity that will let change your financial status or or your life situations. Um, don't make excuses, as what have Sister Maricel said. Those excuses will not lead you go somewhere. You'll be stuck. You'll be just be wondering what's happening on your life because of those excuses, and those are your limiting belief, because you limit yourself, you limit your mind of any progress that's going to happen in your life. And the second takeaway is I'm going to read because it's quite long. I don't memorize it. Do not live by default, live it by design. So Danny Johnson has a very rough beginning, and she wants to get out of the situation. So living by default means you just go with the flow and let things go to happen. Like if you grow up in a very difficult situation, in a very rough environment, and then you want to get out of the situation, you have to do something. You have to have a plan, and you have a dream. And if you have a dream, you have to have a plan. And if you have a plan, you have to you have to do something. You have to make action on your dream so that it will come true, because dream will just dream if you will not do something. And the last takeaway is about financial vision, like a financial goal. It's like for me, if I want to have a retirement plan or a backup plan, especially in this situation. So you have to have apart from having a stable job, you should have a emergency fund, especially what happened nowadays. And if you make sure you have a saving, make sure you maintain it, or add some more savings to prepare for yourself and for your loved ones. And especially these days, having a saving, it's important. It's because to have a financial security and stability, and also a peace of mind, so that peace of mind, which is so important, because you can prepare yourself for the troubled times. So those are my takeaways. Thank you.
Thank you very much for that, Leia. It's really nice to to hear from different perspectives on how the learning takes place. Yeah, and let me tell you my side because I know I'm going to be the last. Yeah, let me tell you why I chose that book. Going back in 2015, I was there will come a time that it's just like you were looking for something. Yeah, you're trying to look for your purpose in life, and my life was a mess in the past and several years ago. I don't know what I'm doing. It's just like I'm just working, studying, and the cycle remains the same. It's on and off, on and off, on and off. And then it's just like I was looking for something. And then I managed to look for this book. And then when I read it, the whole book of it, I cried at the very end. And hopefully you will get what I mean when you finish reading the whole book. Because I find my journey, I find my own purpose after reading this, and my mindset has turned positively. It's because it has been changed, and until now, at the time, there were jewels that she uses to describe different people, different clients, and I'm using that in my business as well. For example, if Glenda is a client of mine and she has a different characteristic, I'm using the different names of the jewels to characterize my
Oh
client.
my God. What
Yes.
will I be then? Come on, tell me.
She uses different types of gems. She uses the color gold, or sometimes, because it depends on the description of the jewels, how precious that gems is. So yeah, so yeah, I'm so excited that hopefully you will finish the whole book, and then you will learn from that experience. You will learn
Lucky if
from her
you're called
story.
Diamond.
Yes, that's correct.
Diamond. Diamond is my birth stone.
Yes. You will find your own diamond. The diamond is the purpose, your own purpose in life, guys. Because at the end of the day, life is senseless, purposeless, or whatever you call it. It's sometimes it's worthless. It's because we don't know that we haven't find that purpose yet in our lives. So, for example, if you find the purpose, as Coach Glenn said a while ago, there are different types of wealth. Yes, that's true. And that different types of wealth depends how we perceive life is. In terms of training, Miracel, I I really like to be trained, and I really like training people. That's me. That is my passion. Because when you transfer the skill set to that person and then they become successful, it's just like you are part of the process, and that you are part of that success. And I'm sure Coach Glenda is relating to that, because she is mentoring and she's coaching different peoples in all walks of life. So with Leia, yes, that is correct what you have said. Sometimes we have a lot of excuses in our lives, isn't it? And Thea, the same thing with you. I know that those balance that you wanted to achieve, you will achieve that, but definitely there is going to be a lot of hard work. Okay, so now for me, I would like to share my takeaways now. I haven't shared my takeaways yet.
Carry on.
Yes, number one is I I don't believe that I am groomed to fail. Okay, I don't believe in that. I might I might be a failure to some. For example, if I'm going to take the test and I fail the test, for me, that is not a failure. That is part of the success. That is part of the process. Meaning to say, you are almost there. So if we done something in our lives, we are not groomed to fail. It's us who will decide why or who you will be. Those are the questions that I was asking as well to myself. And based on the chapter book, it's you who has the power to change your life. And number three, I do agree with all of you guys, training is a key. We get trained and be trained and to train people. And that's how we are doing right now at the moment. This is a simple talk, but at the same time, it's a learning experience. This is part of the training on how are we going to become someone. It's part of self-development as well. We learn from each other. And thank you very much, ladies, for your time. Do you have any more questions? Do you have any more things to say, to add on?
I just would like to add something to what you said. With training, it says in the book as well, in order to gain success, you need to equip yourself with all the necessary knowledge in order to get to the top. It's highlighted in there that success is not easy. It's not convenient, because if success and creating wealth is convenient, then everyone will be wealthy.
Everybody will be wealthy.
Yeah. You have to work hard for it. It's not there for free.
That's correct. That is correct. Everything has its own price. Yeah.
You have to invest. It's an investment. You have to invest.
Mm-hmm.
Time, effort, money. See, that's 4 takeaways. Plus wealth. I have 5. Time, effort, energy, and money. Yes, that's what it takes, to invest.
Thank you very much, guys. Thank you very much, ladies. So I think that's all that we have to share. Thank you very much for your 3 takeaways. And we were laughing about it. We were talking about Jollibee, we were talking about KFC, but
yes.
What
kind of takeaway?
Now?
I'm hungry.
Oh gosh.
Okay, thank you very much.
Excited
Say
about
bye
the takeaways. Good night, everyone.
Good night.